H&R Block just released its fourth annual Outlook on American Life report that sets the record straight on the true state of Americans' financial position. And to talk about the specifics is Andy Phillips, Vice President of the Tax Institute at H&R Block. So welcome, Andy. Tell us,
thank you for having me.
What is the Tax Institute?
Yes, I love to talk about the Tax Institute. So we are a centralized team of tax experts. We are CPAs, tax attorneys, and enrolled agents. And what we do is we help bring tax expertise across our business, whether it's helping our software teams understand what recent tax changes mean, our frontline tax professionals understand what a different, what a particular tax rule means, or helping consumers and folks like your viewers understand what taxes mean to them and how they can get the most benefit out of their tax situation. And so we do love taxes, and I'm happy to be here with you today.
Well, I'm glad we get advice from people that love taxes, because not everybody does, of course. I'm sure you're well aware of that. And we're in the final stretch of 2024. Are there things that people should keep in mind? I feel like, especially as a small business owner, that we have to think about taxes all the time anyway. But are there things as we get toward the end of the year that we should really start preparing for?
Absolutely. I'll go in two directions. One is it's not too late to impact your tax liability for 2024. So if you think you're going to owe more than you'd like, you may be able to do certain things to reduce your tax bill. You may be able to make a contribution to certain retirement accounts, like a traditional IRA. Or if you're a W-2 employee, you may be able to increase your contributions to a 401k plan. You may, if you're going to itemize your deductions, you may be able to make some year-end charitable contributions to your favorite charities. Again, that's going to help reduce the amount of your income that's subject to tax. Now, if you are a small business owner, there are a variety of options. You may be able to purchase a particular piece of equipment or asset that you need for your business. And depending on what it is, you may be able to deduct some or the full cost of that for 2024. Again, meaning you get to reduce the amount of tax, income that's subject to tax.
Always love to hear ways to reduce the tax bill. So now, besides those year-end deductions, how can we make sure that we get the largest refund possible?
Sure. Well, all those things, again, can potentially help increase your refund as well. The other thing I'll hit, and this is one that, is really to keep of mind as you go in to file your taxes this year, and frankly, how you choose to file your taxes, is that life changes often mean tax changes. What I mean by that is if you've gotten married, you've had a child, you started a business, all those things impact your taxes. And one of the most common mistakes we see at H&R Block is that people don't realize that a life change could actually result in a tax benefit, so they don't take advantage of it. Again, it could be a child tax credit, it could be a variety of things. And so the point is, when you've had those big life changes, make sure you know what those mean. And that first year after a big change, that may be a good time to think about seeking professional help to make sure you understand, okay, I know what this means to me, and I know how to take advantage of this on my state and or federal tax return.
Okay. And then tell me about this report, the American Life Outlook on American Life report. What kind of trends, what things did you see there?
Yep. So the Outlook on American Life report. So, we serve over 20 million, or we file over 20 million tax returns each year here at H&R Block. What we're able to do is take, aggregated information from those tax returns to help tell the story of of American life, and then combine that with some consumer surveys to get that consumer sentiment and say, hey, what are people really experiencing and feeling about their financial outlook? So interestingly, the first thing we saw is that wages or income is consistently increasing. And for many people, it's actually outpacing inflation. So there's some really positive trends on people's earnings. The second thing we've seen is that inflation is easing, but unfortunately, what we do see is that debt remains a real problem for a lot of Americans, particularly credit card debt. A lot of folks indicated they're struggling with credit card debt. Many are saying it's unmanageable. The last piece I'll touch on, kind of an insight from the report, and then I'll leave all of you to go check it out. Again, H&R Block Outlook on American Life report, is that we broke different things down by different segments of people. We looked at different generations, And Gen Z is one of the most interesting generations to look at. So they're just breaking the mold on how they earn income. For instance, there are a lot that are still W-2 employees, but they are switching jobs more often. Generally, why they're doing that is to make more money. They're also very entrepreneurial. They have side hustles, or maybe they've just gone into business on their own. So they're thinking about creative ways to make money. We also see that translates into their investments for things like cryptocurrency.
Oh, interesting. I have two Gen Zers, and my son particularly is interested in crypto. So it's interesting that you bring that up. Now, a lot of people dread tax season. What can we do to make it easier? I assume like record keeping would be one thing that would, keep good records, put them in a file. What are your suggestions?
Yeah, like with anything in life, particularly if you don't know what the outcome is going to be, it's stressful. So take the surprise out of it and make a plan. And so one, make a plan to file taxes so you make sure you have all your documents, you're ready to go. But I talked about ways you can take action before the end of the year to impact 2024. Even if you don't do that, when you go to file your taxes this year, don't just use it as a look back. Take the time to look forward on 2025 and say, what outcomes did I not like or did like? What do I need to do the same? What do I need to do differently? Maybe I had a larger tax bill than I had hoped for. I need to increase my withholding if I get paid on a W 2, or I need to make more estimated payments if I'm self employed. But the biggest thing I'll touch on in our time today is just don't leave it to chance. Make a plan. And if you're not sure how to do that, get help. And there, at H&R Block, we have tax professionals all across the country that can help you make a plan to make sure you have a good outcome next year.
Oh, Andy, thank you so much for all this advice. And I use an accountant. I think it's worth every penny. So thank you so much for your advice as we head toward the end of the year here.
Thank you, Jane, and have a great day.
Thanks.